But yo, if I see that song go, you better believe I'm gonna be on your For You page every day, fucking lighting shit on fire.
You got like Axe body spray.
Yeah, there's gonna be like 8 ones like, you're not gonna believe this. I wrote this song about my mom. I wrote this song about my mom. Here, I'm in a bathroom. I'm telling you, I wrote this about my mom.
Hi, beautiful human. I'm Zach. That's Anna. And we welcome back our friend Alec Benjamin.
Hey, thanks for having me.
We were talking about Paris, and French people are nice. I think a lot of people want to condition you to believe that French people aren't going to like you,
Right.
because we're American. But the reality is, they're down. They're cool.
I've always had amazing experiences when I've been to France. I love the food. I think it's like one of the most amazing cities. Paris is like, it's awesome. It's really, really awesome. We had me and like can't remember who I was with, but it was like me and a few of the guys I was touring with at the time, and we met some random people, and they showed us all around the city like until like 4 a.m. They like made us food at their apartment, and then that was the night before a show, so it wasn't like the smartest thing to do, but we had like the most amazing time. Yeah, but that was like 2019. It feels like a totally different world now than it was in 2019. But I'm starting to feel like normal again. Yeah.
In what ways?
I'm like at the beginning of this year, I think there was a big shift between like the last time I was here, even though it wasn't a long time ago. It was like maybe 5-6 months ago.
Something like
Like
that.
4 months ago.
Yeah, 4 months ago. Well, the last 4 months have been like pretty transformative for me. I've like simplified my life. I've I've made a lot of changes. I like have a bedtime now. I wake up at a certain time. I'm like eating healthier. I'm not on no dating apps, no dating for me. I'm changing my relationship with social media too. I'm trying not to take it as seriously as I did before.
This is so incredibly healthy. This is the right way to be.
But it's like, it's not an easy thing to do. To be like, I don't know. I'm not like a naturally disciplined person. So like having this kind of discipline and just being focused on work and my friends and my family, without getting distracted by other things is not always so easy. So I've been like, I get up every day at 6:30. I'm in bed at 8:30. But like I'm not falling asleep until like 9:45.
Do you start this?
It's kind of funny, right? I'm like an old man.
Do you start this regimen when you make this album or when the album is done?
No, it was when it was over. I think the last couple of years were like really, really hard for me. I think I don't know. I think maybe the pandemic made things weird, and then I don't know. I think I was a little bit lost, and that's also too like why when I made this record and then when I was putting it out, I'm like, well, I have no idea what to think of this. Here goes nothing, But I feel like now that it's come out, and we just put it out a few days ago, I feel like okay. A long time ago, when I was just getting started, my favorite artist growing up was Jason Mraz, him and John Mayer, and I was in a studio. And I walked into the kitchen and Jason was there, and I said to him, "Do you have any advice that you could give me?" And he was like, "As long as you follow your heart, it should be enough to get you to the next round." So I feel like I followed my heart enough on this album to get me to the next round. So I'll at least have another shot. So that feels good,
But do you feel like there was a moment in time where you weren't following your heart, you were following something else?
Yeah, there have been times where that happens, and I think there's there were some songs where I was trying to do some different stuff on this album, and surprisingly, I don't know. I think maybe I let other people get in my head sometimes, and I do things that maybe aren't necessarily what I would naturally do. I tried some different stuff on this record. I'm not sure if it's going to resonate or not. I think that the songs that I least expected to be popular are the ones that are going to be popular, but I'd like to say that's how it always goes, but that's not how it always goes. I mean, I don't know. I guess just on this one it was, but this making this album for me, I was as focused as I could be, being in a really weird period in my life. But now that I've made it and I've finished it, I'm like, moving forward, I need to live differently, and I want to be fully present. I want to be healthy out there on tour. I want to be in the right frame of mind. I feel like the last time I was here, I was feeling really insecure, which I still do feel. I still feel insecure, but I'm trying to be okay with that, you know? But I was definitely like really feeling weird about life and stuff, you know?
When you were here 4 months ago, how much of the album was done?
All but 2 songs were produced. So it was like pretty much done. I just started writing again like a couple weeks ago. So we'll see how that goes, you know? I'm trying to, I don't know what I want to talk about yet. So those like first few sessions are always weird because you kind of like get into the session and you're like, all right, so what do we do, you know? And then sometimes you sit there for 3 hours and you don't get anything done. But yeah, the last time I was here, it was mostly finished. But then I think like picking the singles is like always the weird part because it's like, well, what song should we put out as singles? It's like, I don't know. And now that I put out the record, I feel like a lot of the comments are like, oh, you should have picked other singles. That's what you thought?
Yeah.
I know. I totally messed up the singles. I really did. I think I actually picked all the wrong singles, which is like all the comments were like, wow, like I didn't expect the album to be like this. You picked all the wrong singles. And I did. I totally did. But it's because like, I don't know. I think I'm always like living in the shadow of Let Me Down Slowly, and I'm always trying to just do that again, you know?
I love you, and I do think that creeps into so much of your existence, which I do understand.
That shit sucks. Also, can I curse?
Of course you can. And I mean this with peace and love.
Yeah.
Like the second you called Narrated for You a mixtape and not your debut album.
I wasn't a choice. That I didn't have the choice.
What was that, like a legal thing?
It was a label thing, yeah. So like labels do this really, really cool thing where if you make a full record and they call it a mixtape, they can keep you in your first option period in the contract. But when I made it and it did well, Atlantic allowed me to count that as an album. So technically it didn't count. Like the way that some record deals are structured is like you get signed for a certain amount of albums.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of times if you put out a mixtape, that doesn't count for the album. So then they're like, you do that one, but then they don't move you into the next part of your contract.
Wait, that's terrible. Because
I mean, you know, I think it is and it isn't. I think sometimes, look, I think it's cool. Atlantic has been great to me, and like Elektra, which is like, I guess it's part of Atlantic. That's what I'm on. But you know, it's the opposite of that is like being stuck in a record deal where they never let you release any music and you can't move forward,
totally.
You know?
Which is, by the way, is what you came from.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
came
yeah.
from
So
Columbia.
I was like, yeah, I'll do a mixtape, whatever.
And then a
That's
big
fine.
part of your mental existence for a while was working to get those songs back. And that took forever.
That did take forever. It did take forever. So, but we ultimately got them back. And now every time I make music, I go, I'll never write songs like that ever again.
But do you find any peace in the fact that you own the originals?
Well, Atlantic owns them, so I don't find much peace in it, but I'm sure they do. I'm sure they're happy. I told them because the last label that I was on, they were like, I think they wanted like, I don't know how much money they wanted for it, but I was like, guys, trust me, like buy these, it will be worth it. So they did. They bought them. I said, Warner Music, Daddy, please buy these for me. And they did. So that was cool. But yeah, so that's why it was a mixtape. And also, you know what? I think that like part of me was totally cool with that because it took the pressure off. So I was just like, well, you know, if anyone didn't like it, I could be like, well, it's just a mixtape. You know what I mean?
It's a masterpiece.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't that suck? Like, I mean, I don't know if it's a masterpiece, but like when I look back, I'm like,
amazing album.
like,
I listen to
damn.
it all the time. I listen to, dude. It's this album's incredible, and it is. You're. I think what will most likely happen is you'll have your Let Me Down Slowly when you're least expecting it.
Right.
And you're not going to be planning for it, and you're just going to be following your heart.
Yeah.
And not a single other thing is going to fog you up. And by the way, that could exist on this album. And it could be one that you don't expect at all.
I feel like as long as this album is like enough to get me to the next round, then I'll be excited. I say that now, but I would love to have a hit. But like, I'm really happy. I put my tours up. I haven't toured in 2 years, so I opened for John at the beginning of last year, and that was really cool. But I didn't have to sell any tickets for the John Mayer show, like you know what I mean? Which was also took the pressure off of me. It was amazing to get to tour with him, but then it had been a couple of years, and I was like, oh, I don't know, like if my tickets are gonna sell or how it's gonna go, and it's going really well. Like globally. So that's really cool. So that takes some of the pressure off of me.
And you have an amazing discography. You can really put together the most incredible set list in addition to this album.
I hope so. I'm hoping though that there will be songs from the album that people want to hear. What would you have picked as a single?
I really like King Size Bed.
Oh, really?
And
okay.
then The Arsonist.
Yeah,
Okay,
Arsonist is so good.
Yeah.
That's the one, yo.
And you didn't think people were going to like that song.
No, I was gonna cut it.
No, it's about your mom.
Yeah, I was gonna cut. So I had one night. I guess like I was stressing a lot, and I wasn't living like the healthiest lifestyle too. And I had like a big fight with my mom that was like definitely my fault, but I just blamed it on her. She's out there right now. I wonder if she's
love that
listening.
she came.
Yeah, she wanted to be interviewed. No, it's okay.
Honestly, that's some great content.
But,
Yeah, I know.
But she, well, maybe at the end we could bring her in really quick. But I just blamed it on her, and then I wrote that song as like I had like a title on when I went to the UK actually to work, and I had like a list of titles that I was working on, and The Arsonist was just like a title I had, but it was going to be about someone else setting things on fire. And then as I was writing it, I got stuck, and I was like, well, what if I made this about myself? You know, there are times where I've burned things down, and then, you know, like an arsonist, try to hide my culpability. And so I thought, oh, this would be a good opportunity to write it about what I did with my mom, because I like really didn't take responsibility for my actions. I'm trying to be more accountable now too, just in general, just to like myself as well. So, you know, but I didn't expect people to like that song. Actually, like we were having a label call like a few weeks before the record, and I think someone on the call was like, does anyone really even like this song? And I was like, I don't know. I mean, like, we don't have to put it on the album, you know? And then,
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
could that be a hit? Maybe I'll push that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to start, like, TikToking to it and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
Lighting things on fire on you?
Yeah, exactly. I did that with this song "Devil Doesn't Bargain." A second I saw that it had like a spark, I just posted it a million times, and then to have a few fans that are like super active, and then I saw one of them tweet the other day. They're like, all right, like they're like, enjoy The Arsonist now because it's about to get the Devil Doesn't Bargain treatment. But I'm just gonna post it like 1,000 times. That seems to be what you have to do nowadays, you know, on TikTok. Like you just got to keep kind of like posting or not.
Just plant the seed and see where it goes.
Okay, fair enough. I've been posting less.
I think we need
You
to
have been.
Yes, we need to chase maybe something different. Do you know what I'm saying? Different mindset, different.
No.
headspace,
You know what? You're totally right. And I've been trying that with social media. Like I don't post as much, but I'm trying to post like different things. But yo, if I see that song go, you better believe I'm gonna be on your For You page every day, fucking lighting shit on fire.
like Axe body spray.
Yeah, there's gonna be like 8 ones like, you're not gonna believe this. I wrote this song about my mom. Here, I'm in a bathroom telling you I wrote this about my mom. But yo, like if I'm lucky enough to catch fire with this, with the song,
nice.
Good. That's good.
Damn. Yo, I even wore a ring for you today.
Thank you so much.
I never wear rings, but I was like, I'm going on. I'm also trying to like dress. I wear like the same clothes pretty much every day, and I decided like I'm gonna start changing my clothes. I was really close to also like moving out about a week ago, and I told my therapist,
You go
like,
in cycles on this.
no, I was literally an inch away from moving out. Like I was gonna move to Sherman Oaks.
And
Yeah.
neighborhood. What
would've been-
stopped you?
What stopped me is I told my therapist, like, you know, because I'm giving up a lot of things in my life. Like also during the pandemic, I got like totally addicted to video games too. So I was playing Call of Duty all the time. I like put my Xbox in storage.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, I'm not good. That's why I don't tell people, because then they'll be like, do you want to play? And I'm like, I suck. Dude, that's the crazy thing. I have devoted so many hours to that game, and I have not improved even a little bit. Not even a little bit. I'm so bad.
Okay, so you got to give this up.
Yeah, there was a time during the pandemic, I think, where it's like, I don't know, like maybe I like had a couple of beers or whatever, and I was like, which is not me, you know? And I was like, when do I say that? And I was playing Call of Duty, and I was in like a pool of sweat, And I remember like seeing the sun come up for the next day and being like, oh my God, I've been here for like 13 hours, you know? So that's how I know I had a problem with it. So I stopped playing that. Where was I going with this? Oh, I changed so many things in my life, and I told my therapist, I'm like, okay, I know you told me to move out, so like I'm about to do this. I'm gonna pull the trigger and get this place. And he was like, I didn't mean move out right now. He's like, calm down, you know, by the time you're able to like actually get out, because I'm going to Asia in like a few weeks and Europe to tour. And he was like, dude, you're not gonna be able to do this, so you can't, like, you're not even gonna be there for 8 months. And I was like, that makes sense. So I stopped, but because it would have been a distraction. I was looking for a distraction, and moving out would have been a nice one.
But isn't the distraction the album? Working?
Is working? No, it will. I mean, it will distract me from the album. So like right now, my only focus is like, how do I look? I guess like I've invested my entire life into my career, and so, you know, as cool as moving out would be, and like doing other things would be, the most important thing is that like everything right now is like in service of like making this record a success and making more music, because like that's like that's my life's work, you know. What else could be more important than that for me right now? So like no dating, nothing. Like almost went on a date the other night.
What happened?
I did I'm nervous now. I did a mature thing. Because this person had reached out to me, and it was someone that I'd wanted to go out with. I was like, oh, okay, like I can make an exception for this, you know. And then she was like, oh, like I'm gonna be busy on this night and on this night, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, I was like, maybe now's not the right time for us to hang out, because I was like, to be honest, she's like, well, I'll let you know. I was like, to be honest, like I'm changing a lot of things in my life, and I think you're really great. I think you're, you know, really cute and smart, but like I'm looking forward to seeing you. And if you were to text me tomorrow and cancel the plans, which is what feels like is going to happen, I would be really upset, and it would distract me from my job. So I think that like we shouldn't make plans, you know.
That is mature.
Yeah, because normally the old me would have been like, she'd be like, oh, I'll text you tomorrow. I'll be like, okay. You know, checking my phone like over and over again. Then I'll do this thing where I'll put my phone on like do not disturb, so I can't see anything come up. So it could be like, you know, that the Schrodinger's cat or whatever? Where it's like if the cat is in the box, it's both dead and alive at the same time until you open the box. So like you open the box and you actually find out. I don't know if that's actually what it is. You're shaking your head. Did I get it right? but like if my phone in this case is the metaphorical, it's the box, you know. So like if it's on do not disturb, then she has both texted me and not texted me at the same time.
I get it. I do that all the time.
yeah, right. Because you're waiting for it, and so then I'll check my phone like 80 times. I'm like, I told her, I'm like, I don't want to do that, you know. So if I was like, if this was gonna like fit, you know, more seamlessly into my plans and your plans, you know, then it would really be great. But you know, now's not the time. So that felt good.
Healthy.
Yeah, well, part of me when I hung up after, I was like, damn, I'm gonna really regret this on Monday night. You know, it would be nice to like be hanging out with someone, but it's okay. I'm looking forward to, I don't know what I was gonna say I'm looking forward to. It was just felt like I needed like a good resolution there. I'm looking forward to next Monday night by myself. It'll be great. I can't wait. But you know what what I'm really excited about is that I feel like I'm in the best headspace I've ever been to go on tour. And I feel like a lot of times when I go on tour, I get to do these amazing things and go to these amazing places, and I don't really enjoy it as much as I could, you know. And this time when I get to, you know, wherever it is that I'm going on tour, all these different cities, like I'm really, really gonna enjoy it, and that's gonna be cool, because I'll be able to. Normally on tour, like I'm not sleeping right, I'm not exercising, I'm not eating right. You know, there's weeks where I don't see the sun, you know, because like if you're in Europe in the summer or in the winter and you wake up at like 4 p.m., you know, which is crazy, but I do that, and then you're going to bed at like, you know, 6 a.m. How many hours of sleep is that? I feel like that's a lot.
No, that's 8. That's pretty. I
mean,
10.
Okay, yeah, it's a healthy.
That's good.
It's
10.
a good amount of sleep. But
You're
then
good.
by the time you like between the bus and the venue, you don't even see the sun, and then you just feel like ugh, you know. And this time I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna like really, really, you know, I'm gonna do it. And I'm happy that there's like at least a few songs. It feels like to me, if nothing else, worst case scenario, there's at least a few songs on this record that people are really connecting with, and so like that's enough. You know, on top of like my catalog and stuff, like there will be enough music for me to do my thing, you know?
Hello, beautiful human. Every year, millions of gamers experience IGSS, inadequate gaming setup syndrome. Luckily, a cure has been found. You have to go beyond with the Vibrasonic mattress by Beyond Sleep. This thing has 6 built-in subwoofers, USB ports for charging, LED lights so you never stub your toe. It gives you an acoustic massage when you want it, plus adjustable degrees of comfort. This right here is the best way to game ever. Cure your IGSS today at BeyondSleepTech.com. What songs on this album do you feel are really different than anything else you've ever put out?
I think King Size Bed is way different from anything I've done. Just like because I did that in Sweden. It's like more pop, but you know, it didn't. I'm glad that you like it.
The bridge is really cool on that song.
Okay,
too. That's something different.
I got made fun of for that bridge by some of my most hardcore fans.
Really?
Yeah, I posted today on Twitter. It was like, I was the, you know, and then people be like Arsonist, you know, and then someone said in the bridge, it's like, oh, I bought the bed. And then one person commented, it was like, I was the one who bought the bed. And someone said that. They were making fun of the bridge. In my head, this story was way funnier. Anyways. Okay. Wait, what was I talking about?
How you did some different things on this album.
Yeah. Okay. What else is different? I feel like Love the Ones Who Leave is a pretty different kind of song for me. A lot of the songs, more of the songs on this record start out with percussion instead of just starting acoustic. I have a song called In a Little that feels like there's no it's a synth lead. I've never done that. What else feels different?
Sacrifice Tomorrow is a little bit of a dance song.
You know what? I actually wrote that 4 years ago. Yeah.
And how did it make its way out of the vault now?
I just saw a lot of. I had snippeted it like on Twitter like a long time ago, and I'd always seen like comments coming back like post that song, and so I feel like the people who know the best are the people who like actually listen to my music. So I was like, well, I'll just listen to them, but. Maybe they got it wrong too. I should have put an Arsonist out as a single. So who knows?
So are these love notes?
Some of them are.
Not all of them.
I think they're a lot of. I feel like last year was like, and the year before it was like a lot of like longing, and I was looking for like. Are you good?
Yeah, are you good? I mean, like, we're just gonna keep talking.
What happened?
I choked on the water.
Oh no!
Just keep going.
Okay, are you good? Do you need help?
I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, me neither. But
Don't offer.
Are they love notes? Some of them are. I think a lot of like last year I was like longing for things. I felt like very empty, and I was looking for something to fill my heart, and I just like didn't really find it. But a few of them are like love notes, and then like some of them aren't. But they feel like just like basically like the theme is like I wrote a lot of notes last year.
Yeah, 12
with
notes.
12 notes.
12 notes out of how many?
I wrote like 120 or something like that.
Wow.
But like a lot of them are not. Well, maybe I picked the wrong one. So what I'm going to keep doing after this is I'm going to keep just releasing music. You know, Taylor Swift put out a double album.
That's gonna be you. You should do that.
I'm
You have a
be
lot
Taylor
of
Swift? Hell yeah, I should.
you have a lot
That's
of,
a good idea.
You have a lot of amazing music that the world hasn't heard
Yeah, I'm
yet.
just going to start dropping it. I feel like
Nuclear Winter, release it.
if I can find the MP3
Don't
of the
be a
song,
little bitch.
I'll do it.
Release it.
I'll do it. But I feel like she's really. I admire her a lot, and I admire the risks that she takes, especially at her level, you know. And so, like, I feel like her putting out this much music and being sort of.
And you have it though, dude. I mean, I know for a fact that you were writing hundreds of songs before you even wrote the 100 and whatever for this album.
Yeah, I have so many.
It's crazy.
So, yeah, I'm gonna start like even in like another couple of weeks. I did. I made a song with Jacob Collier, so that I'm gonna put out. I haven't. A world exclusive. That song I'm gonna put out in like a month or so, and then I've got some other ones that are in the pipeline, and then I'll go through the old ones and figure out like.
If you need a set of ears, send me the file.
Yeah, I will.
Send me the folder.
I'll do that. And then what else do I feel like was different on this album for me? I don't know what else was different. I'm trying to think of the songs. Oh, well, I did a collaboration with Khalid. That was different. I've never collaborated with another artist on a record.
Great record.
Thank you.
And did you actually get into the studio with him? Or
I did. Yeah. We had we were supposed to work together like 4 years ago, and then I was so overwhelmed at the time, I kind of dropped the ball, and I wasn't able to like really get my verse done on the song that he sent me, and it was one of my regrets, and I wanted to close that loop, so I've been hitting him up and bothering him for a long time. We got in the studio.
What song did he send you originally?
I don't remember I think it's called Drive is what the song is called, but it's not. I think he has another song. No, that's on the way. I don't know if he has a song out called Drive, but it's not released. So he never put it out. He specifically wrote it for us to do a collaboration, and then my verse like wasn't very good, to be honest. Like I did it, but I was like it wasn't good. So it's fine. It is what it is.
So do you go into this session with like just blank slate, nothing?
Pretty much, yeah. Because I kind of let him take the lead because it felt like it was time for me to try something new, and so. Like that, sort of like melodic approach and even lyrical approach is not a direction that I would have probably taken on my own. So, and he was like, "Oh, this feels different for you." And I was like, "All right, let's do it." So that's.
So is that really what you were chasing?
Yeah, I think I had like a couple of friends that like got in my head a little bit. They're like, "All your music sounds the same," and I was like, "Honestly, you're kind of right." So I was like, "Maybe I need to do something completely different." And then I got very insecure, I get worried, and I'm like, oh, maybe that's like what people think about me, maybe they think I'm like writing the same song over and over again, but maybe that's okay.
Yeah, but are they listening to the lyrics? Like if you listen to Narrated for You and go, this is the same song over and over again,
right.
Then you have hearing issues.
Hey, well, that's fair, but maybe they're listening to the music after and being like, I don't know, but I tried, and I think it's good to try new stuff anyways, because you never know, like some of it might work and might catch, and I think some of it will be better for the live show, but it was time for me. Also, it was like getting kind of bored of like doing the same thing.
Totally.
It was like nice to work with some new people and switch it up and put myself in situations that make me uncomfortable just to kind of see where it takes me.
I genuinely thought it was the perfect evolution, and I think the big thing that stayed the same was obviously your voice, but also the lyrics, like really deep lyrics that have like double meanings, and they're
Thanks.
really interesting to really untangle. And
yeah, I think I tried to do that. I tried to do like a little bit more storytelling because I've kind of like didn't for a minute, but I don't know. I've written so many songs where sometimes I'm like, all right, well, what should I do now? But I feel excited to like get back in. And
what do you mean by that? Like when a song is done, is that what you say to yourself?
Well, sometimes I'm like, well, what am I supposed to like? What do I do? Like, what should like my next thing be? I feel like every album has to have like a theme or whatever, and I try to like be conscious of what the theme is as I'm making the record. The 12 Notes is the first song I wrote for the album, so I guess I'm like, well, what is like the next theme gonna be for me, and who am I gonna work with, and how am I gonna get it done?
Yeah, but you won't know until you're doing it, right?
Yeah, I gotta start like now though, so that way I'm not like, I don't want to do it like I used to do my homework assignments, like 2 days before. I'm like, shit, I gotta like calling someone to copy their stuff, and so I'm trying to not phone it in.
But have you like set a deadline for yourself for the next album already?
I'm gonna try to put out, so my cadence has been like an album every 2 years, but I'm gonna try to do like one a year now if I can, and just like be more consistent about putting music out, and like in between albums release singles. But we'll see how it goes, because that's a lot of work. So if I'm capable of doing it, I would like to be releasing things that way.
How do you know when a song is done now?
There's like a deadline, and it has to be done,
So that's really it.
Yeah, otherwise I'll just keep working on the same thing like over and over and over again. I saw Matt Stone and Trey Parker, they were doing this interview, the guys who made South Park, and they were talking about they write their episodes so close to the release date because they have to be current, and they were like, it doesn't, instead of just sort of like working on the same episode for like 4 months to make it like 10% better, we just put it out and move on to the next one. And so I feel like that's kind of, I think I overdo it on certain things, and I need to just sort of like, instead of just holding all this music back, I need to just start putting stuff out.
You really should.
And just not be so precious about it, because I feel like that's not really like, also too though, like one of the things that was like kind of in my head as I put this album out too is like there's like a whole new, like, I feel like there's always a lot of different trends in music, but most of the time those are not trends that I can participate in. So they just like I just don't pay any attention to it, even if it sort of is going to impact the way people listen to my music or whatever. But now like folk is kind of like popping, and I was like, damn, should I made a folk record?
Yeah, but I can make the case that like a lot of, maybe not so strongly on this album, but like you've released folky songs before.
I have, but not at the right time. I didn't ride the wave. Now I'm like, shit, I should have done that.
But also you have the ability to just like go through your archive and release something that you have like.
Yeah,
I think you should redefine like perfecting a song.
Yeah, I think I should just not worry about being perfect, because it's never going to be perfect. But country's popping too. Maybe I should be a country artist.
Okay,
right?
relax.
That's like everyone's being country now, right?
See, this is what you need to stay away from.
Right,
this is what
right.
you weren't chasing when you were doing Narrated for You.
Yeah, that's true. I was in a way though. When I made that record, I was like, I really wanted to have a hit, so I really pushed myself to like write. And I had a little bit of that mentality too, like going into this. I think I did some of the same things that on this album that I did when I made Narrated for You. Like when I was in London, I had just gotten there, and like it was like the day or two before I started my sessions, I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and write out my titles on a piece of paper and do research and go read a bunch of poems and go read a bunch of things and like get inspired. And sometimes it's really hard for me to have the discipline to sit down and do that. And I did it for like the Arsonist and for some other songs. And I think that
you can hear it.
It shows, but it's so hard to keep that like pinhole of focus for so many months. And you work on a record for like 6 or 8 months, and you're doing other things at the same time. And to try and keep yourself like, I always have, as I'm making music too, like those things creep into my head, like, oh, this person is doing folk, or this person is doing country. Like, are you doing like, is this wrong? And then sometimes I let that defeat me. And I think I'm more susceptible to being defeated when I'm like not as physically healthy and like not taking care of my mental health. So right now I'm trying to, when those ideas come into my head, my therapist says you have to talk back to them, I'm working on it.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
I think you'd really benefit from just like cutting yourself off from the world and just making an album.
Yeah, me too.
You get the best art you've ever made.
I'm not spending so much time on social media, which makes me feel good.
Like you should just get a flip phone and like.
Yo, should I get one of those like jitterbugs? My grandma had one of those. There's like just the numbers. You have a jitterbug? You're shaking your head like you have a jitterbug.
Yeah, that's how Carlos gets in touch with us via his jitterbug.
Yeah, I don't even think you can text on one of those. But yeah, I should. Maybe I will. Maybe that's what I'll do. And I think just like when I'm happier and feeling good, I make better music. So, but I feel good now. And I actually do feel really good about this album. I feel like the response I've gotten like from my fans, because they can be like pretty savage. Like I'll read indirects and stuff on Twitter, and I found some bad ones, and I let that like really bum me out over the weekend. But then there were so many nice ones, and that made me feel good. So I chose to focus on those.
By the way, that's exactly the way it should be.
Yeah,
really.
I'm trying. Oh wait, what was this?
Yeah, these water bottles get paper in your mouth.
Yo,
because the seal.
That's okay.
We deal with it every day.
It's like a pretty fancy water bottle. Purely Sedona from Arizona. Did you do that on purpose?
No, it's not actually from Arizona.
You know, from Arizona. It's not from Sedona.
No, well, it's from I think Italy.
No, it's from the springs of Sedona.
It's from Arizona.
It's from Arizona.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Sedona, Italy.
Oh shit.
You're like, damn. I overpaid for those.
We definitely did overpay for them. Yeah, not us.
Have you been to Sedona?
No.
It's gorgeous.
I've actually never been to Arizona.
Really? It's right next door. I mean, I would encourage you to go there, but it's not like. I think it's okay if you end up there. It's like pleasant, but I wouldn't be like, you need to leave here now and go to Arizona.
I shouldn't seek it out.
Right? Yeah, I mean, but Sedona's nice, if you're like.
It's pretty.
If you like rocks and stuff.
Yeah, rocks.
If you're into geology, it's. Woo!
I like rocks.
Yeah, me too.
Can we talk about King Size Bed?
Sure.
Where are you at when you're writing this one? Because
I wasn't. Oh, sorry.
The song's about like not prioritizing and valuing your relationship while you're in it.
That song is about. Okay, I kind of like took the story, and it's actually almost a true story. When I was in college, I had a girlfriend, and I had like a really tiny like twin bed. Like it was like a twin XL, so it was like thinner but like long. She always like wanted to stay the night, and I was like, dude, like you don't understand. Like I can't sleep. Like when you're here, I had to sleep like up against the wall. So I thought. But that's the whole story. But then I extended the story. She would get mad at me. She'd be like, no, like, you don't want to be around me. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, I really can't sleep when you're here. And I had a roommate, too. So I was like, this isn't working. But then I wrote a song about how, I always told her that I'd buy a bigger bed, and then when I bought a bigger bed, she was gone, which is kind of true. I actually only have a queen size bed. Actually, it might be like a double, what's like just below a queen. A full size bed, yeah.
No.
Bought a full size bed.
You're still in a full size bed living in your parents' house?
Maybe it's like a.
You're at your third album and your second, depending on how you look at it.
I need a king size bed.
Yeah. What?
But that's where I was in Sweden when I made the song, and I just thought like, it'd be like a cool thing to say if you bought a king size bed when you lost your queen.
It is cool.
Yeah.
No, it's really smart.
Yeah. But that song is like, it's more drummy and faster than songs I normally do. But I felt like it was time for an up-tempo song, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I love a mid-tempo, or
Yeah,
a
they're
slow
good.
song.
They're good.
I'm here for
I
it,
got
but I
plenty
get
of
it.
those.
Yeah, you do. Pick Me.
Yeah, that's one.
This is one.
Yeah.
This is one I wrote about just being on dating apps.
Oh, yeah?
Just feeling like, pick me. That's what
I've seen screenshots of you on Raya.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
They're not allowed to take those.
I know, but sometimes people do it. Like,
They're gonna get an X. They'll kick you off the app.
they're on TikTok and they'll be like, "Here are some celebrities I found on Raya."
Oh, really? I'm on that?
Yeah, I knew
Oh.
you'd like that. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know I was on that. Well, I'm not on it anymore. I'm not on any of them. Yeah. Yeah.
When did you leave?
When did I leave? Like 5 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what? Also, I've never felt better. Like, I feel like those apps they're kind of, I don't know. It really takes like the people out of the equation. It just really feels like it dehumanizes people a little bit. Not that I have any problem with it, because I think that like a lot of my friends are in relationships and they're getting married from people that they met online, and they would have otherwise never met each other. But I think something about just like being out there on the apps and just being like a little thing on someone's phone is kind of doesn't feel right.
I get it.
A lot of more disappointments than anything else.
Pick me if you need a guy within 100 miles who likes tea, is a Gemini, has a family in Ohio.
I have no family in Ohio, but it
know.
rhymed. It rhymed. I've only been to Ohio twice, actually.
He's free this Friday night and just make you smile.
Just might.
You're also not a Gemini.
I am.
Sure
Sure I am.
You sure?
Yeah, May 28th is my birthday. I'm going to be 30 in 2 weeks.
I would like to get confirmation on that one because
Do you think he's lying?
My
to
mom's
you?
right here. You can ask her. She was there when I was born.
no, in my notes it says you're not a Gemini, but you're, I guess, like Taurus Gemini cusp.
No, I'm full.
No,
a
full Gemini. Okay,
But I don't even really
confirmation.
know. Like, I'm not super into astrology. Like, I don't really know what it means to be a Gemini. But
Gemini's a good sign.
yeah, okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
What are you?
I'm a Taurus.
Okay, can't trust a Taurus. You know what they say.
Yeah, you know.
what do they say? I don't know. What do they say about a Taurus?
I don't know about any of this stuff.
But I feel like they ask you on like the apps, like they ask you on some of the apps like what your sign is or whatever, So I felt like I could just pack as many app allusions to apps in the song as I could possibly fit. So because like Tinder only has like up to 100 miles, so
It's clever.
That's good.
yeah.
You're good at what you do.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you writing that song while still on apps, or when you decide to get off them?
I did. I wrote it I wrote it like at the end of last year. And then then I got off them.
Yeah, you went clean a
Yeah,
couple months later.
Feels good.
Proud of
Yeah.
you. I don't know. That was scary.
Yeah, wait, what should I say? I don't know.
Anything.
What else do I need to say
What
about
were you doing in Sweden writing all these songs?
What was I doing in Sweden? I did a writing trip there. So I just went, and there's like a bunch of amazing songwriters in Sweden. So I just had this lady that works at my label who is my A&R. She's awesome. Her name is Pam. She set up like a whole trip for me. So I went and I worked with this guy named Carl, and he like invited some other writers to come and get in the studio and work, and it was really cool. Sorry.
No, how many songs did you make?
6 while I was there. I worked every day, but there was one day where I was just like super burnt out, didn't get anything done. Then I went to England after that to write a little bit, and then I came home. Yeah, and that was like the beginning of the end of my writing process for the record. But
Damn.
yeah.
Do you get anything from that trip that may make its way as like an additional single or next album?
You could decide. I'll send them to you. I wrote a lot of songs there, yeah. So I guess there's 5 that I haven't put out. But I felt like King Size Bed was the one that felt like the most right for me. But I don't know.
But it also fits with the story.
Yeah, I think so. So what if you had to pick a favorite on the album, what would you pick? Would you pick
Arsonist.
Arsonist for sure? You would also pick that one too?
That's up there. That or King Size Bed, I think.
Okay.
But I like Pick Me. It's a slower song, but I
All
like
right.
Pick Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what were you doing in France?
Oh, just traveling.
Oh, just traveling.
You had a writing
Did
session.
you go?
You came with me on my little
Yeah,
vacation.
it was me, Zach, and his boyfriend. We went on a whole vacation together.
Let's go.
No.
That could be fun.
No, I wasn't there. Zach
Why didn't you
went
guys invite me? I would have gone.
The 4 of us?
You've been popping up on my stuff all the time lately.
TikTok?
Yeah, TikTok, Instagram, all that. All your interviews are coming up. You guys are crushing it.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's awesome. Why are you sorry?
No, thank you
Yeah.
for speaking us into existence and putting us on the algorithm.
Did I do that? I thought it just came.
Maybe maybe you watch other things, you've given us time, and then it feeds you it more and more and more and more and more.
Could be.
We also churn shit out so much.
Do you post a lot on Shorts?
On YouTube Shorts?
Yeah.
3 to 5 times a day.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing you guys on Shorts a lot.
Yeah.
You're a shorts viewer?
I am. You know why? Because
What?
That's crazy. Whenever I post on Shorts, I'm like, who are these people watching this?
it's me. I watch videos of basically my Shorts algorithm is like people doing tricks on scooters, and then you guys, and then I get like a lot of like you know that there's like this whole like a lot of podcasts will cut up I get like all of like like the Sigma male quotes and stuff like that. But I skip through those. I don't know why I get those. Maybe it thinks I need. But one of them was inspiring to me. They're like, if you really want to achieve your dreams, what you need to do is like cut everything out. It's like what would you do if for 4 months, or like what would your life be if for 4 months you just cut everything out and focused on work? Like where would you be? I was like, damn, that's kind of. But I don't get that stuff on TikTok or Instagram, so I'm there for like motivation and shit, like I'm the guy who's like getting inspired by YouTube Shorts and then watching you guys in scooter videos. That's pretty much it. I get like occasionally some random stuff in there, but mostly that's it. But I'll watch YouTube Shorts. Like I feel like that's my biggest vice right now. Like I'll sit on there for like maybe sometimes 2 to 3 hours before I fall asleep. By that time, I should have just watched the whole episode that you guys did, because I get the whole thing on Shorts. But it's working.
Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, you can listen to all of Alec's music. It's waiting for you on Amazon Music. 12 Notes is going to be there too, obviously, the entire discography just waiting for you. Why was By Now your favorite song? Is it vocals?
I thought it was just different vocally, and I thought I needed to do something that was like more cool. And it felt cooler to me. I don't know. I just like the way that it felt. But I guess when I listen to the music, I'm listening to like the production. I'm not listening to my voice or the lyrics, because like I kind of tune that out when I'm listening to stuff, because I'm not listening to myself. It felt like just fun. I like the way that it sounded. But I also had I played it for some people before I put the record out, and they were like, "Oh, that's the song," But it wasn't. It isn't. Well, I guess I don't know if there is a song on there yet. We'll find out. But I thought that it would be. But maybe it is. I don't know.
Isn't it strange how nothing's changed, how it's been years and you're still in my brain? It's so true. Fuck.
Yeah, that I feel like Yeah, that was true.
Great song.
Thank
How
you.
the wounds heal, but I still feel the pain. Really great song.
Thank you. Thank you.
Damn. So people thought that one could be the hit. Are people like still trying to call these songs these days, even though you really can't predict that shit to save your life?
My philosophy is you just like, I've tried so many times. I feel like you just put out the music and see what finds its way. And you make the live show as good as you possibly can. And you know, something will stick.
Love the ones who leave.
That's true.
Is that written from a place of realizing that you have to love those who leave you or trying to force yourself to do that?
I feel like it's not even just about like people too. It's like just like about like all the decisions that I didn't make and all the things that I wish I would have done. I'm like, oh, that would have been the better choice. Or like if I would have taken that path, that would have been better. Or like if I was still with this person, or like if you know, or like you
I
know,
would have picked that single.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And just like, you know, like different addictions and obsessions and things like that. It could be with a bunch of different things. It could also be with people. So it's like, but the ones that leave me and leave me feeling empty a lot of times are the ones that I miss the most. So that song felt like pretty true to me when I made it. There was like this person I was seeing and she like, I knew like it wasn't really gonna work, and then, but for some reason like I really wanted it to work, and I liked her more than even a lot of the people that were treating me with respect. So I feel like that happens sometimes though,
Oh, yeah.
right?
We like those who like treat us like shit, make us
Yeah,
like
why
really
is
work
that?
for it. We
Yeah.
love a chase.
Yeah, but I'm hoping I can like evolve past that.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
It ultimately, at the end of the day, it doesn't make me feel good, you know. But there's something exciting about that, I guess. But it's not exciting to me anymore. Hopefully, we'll find out. But I feel like a lot of times I'm like that. So
You're going to find the right person at the right time.
yeah, now's not the right time.
No, I think first tour, move out.
Yeah, I've got to do that first.
Let's stay consistent with our really cool wardrobe.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna change.
Every couple years, you'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna dress cool," and then you'll cycle through the same like 4 or 5 really cool pieces.
Yeah, that's so true.
You have the ability
I
to
get
widen
lazy.
your closet.
I get lazy. I'm gonna try to have somebody dress me for tour this time, so
Sick.
they can help me pick out like clothes for every engagement. But what will happen is I'll find one that I feel the most comfortable in.
And that's
I'll
all you're gonna
wear
wear
it
every day.
Yeah. You know, it is what it is.
What do you spend money on? Like, you
Nothing.
live with your parents, you
I
wear
don't
the
know.
same clothes every day. Isn't your car like 10 years old?
My car, yeah, it's
It's
like
crazy.
10 and a half years old. I mean, what do I spend money on? Food. Yeah, like,
but
that's
no
it.
offense, it's relatively not a ton
Sometimes I
of money.
ball out on food.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
We went to, for Mother's Day, we went to a really nice restaurant, and that was like, you know, we went to this place called Eddie V's, and that was like, have you been there?
No.
I feel like I've heard of it though.
It's good. It's like a nice steakhouse, seafood spot. But other than that, like, what else do I need? You know?
Oh, exactly.
I have like,
think it's great.
I mean, I buy instruments and stuff. Like, I have some expensive guitars. And then what else do I get?
But all that money you save on rent, think about it.
I'm paying rent now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I am.
I'm sure it's not what you'd be paying if you lived on your own.
No, I feel very fortunate that I get to live at home, but it's time. So, but what else do I? Nothing really. I mean, I don't really go. Oh, you know what I'm doing actually? I'm going on vacation in 2 weeks. It's the first vacation that I've ever gone on, like, for myself. You know, I've gone on family vacations when I was younger, growing up. But since I've been an adult, I've never like taken myself on a vacation. I'm going to Hawaii in 2 weeks.
Oh, what? Alone?
Yeah, no, I'm going with my friend Larson.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that I'm excited about. Celebrate my birthday.
Sick.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I'm happy that my album is out now too, so I don't have to like worry about that and worry about the tour. Like, the tour is doing well, and I can go there and just enjoy my vacation.
I was gonna say, will you like not bring guitar, not write any songs?
I'll bring a guitar, just like cause, you know, and I'll probably like have to post some stuff, but other than that, I'm not gonna really do any work. We're only going for 4 days, so then I come home and do work, but it'll be cool.
This is healthy.
Yeah.
This is healthy. By now, love the ones you leave. King size bed. You can listen to all of it. It's waiting for you. 12 notes. Link below. What are you thinking?
You know, we were talking about different genres. You should write a rap album.
You think so?
Some of your lyrics kind of sound like you're rapping a bit.
Okay, I would be down. I
Yeah.
feel like my
No?
favorite.
You famously cover Stan.
Yeah, I love Eminem.
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
Maybe one day.
You call yourself Alec Benjamins. You get it?
No,
Like Benjamin's money.
Like
Oh, yeah.
$100 bills.
I get. I
Yeah,
I get it. I'd be down. I think I'll. I don't know what I'm gonna try to do in this next one. Maybe I'll do some more of that. I don't know. I haven't really figured out what it is that I want to say yet. So it just depends. If that's like the best method for communicating what I'm feeling, I'm down. It could be fun.
Don't force it. Just wait. It will come.
Yeah.
But also, please listen to what you've already made. You have great records that just sit collecting dust.
I'm excited about life and music right now. I feel good.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. It's a great album.
Thank you.
I really love it. Pick Me, Different Kind of Beautiful. And A Little's great too. It's about a hookup that, right? Is it about a hookup?
It's about somebody that I met while I was like away and traveling. And sometimes you meet like amazing people while you're on the road, but it's just like not possible to. You can't be together because, you know, you live in like another country or another state or whatever, and that's always like a bummer, you know. And it's not even just like in, you know, like romantically, even just like meeting friends and stuff. Or there's friends from high school that live like in different states, and then you see them and you wish you could spend more time with them, but you can't. So actually, you know what? I wrote that song for Kygo. I did a session for Kygo. And he didn't want it, so I kept it. Yeah. I was like, okay, well, I'll use it. I thought that's one thing I thought I might try is like doing like a dance song or whatever. But you think I should or
I
not?
think if you give Sacrifice Tomorrow to a DJ, they can make a really cool remix of it.
I wanted to give it to Tiesto, but he didn't want it either.
Someone wants you out there.
Yeah. So I worked on a song with the Chainsmokers, but it didn't work out either. So I tried some stuff.
Just crossing them off the list.
Yeah, so yeah. I sent them king size bed. I was like, yo. They were like, no, this ain't it. All right, sick. I was just kidding though, guys. Like, that was just a joke song. Like, I got better stuff. Yo, I went to the store yesterday. And I was like, had like a really bad stomach ache. I probably shouldn't tell this story, but I went to go like buy some stuff to settle my stomach. It wasn't that bad, but like on the thing, it was like this big like anti-diarrheal medication. And I like put it on the counter, and this girl goes, "Are you Alec Benjamin?" I was like, "Yeah, this isn't my stuff." So like, this is I was like, "This is for someone else." I was like, "My stomach is fine right now. Getting this for my mom." Yeah. Well, you know, it was like, oh, you know, this is like the worst time to get noticed. It was like all medication to like stop diarrhea and like stop cramping and bloating. This is like the guys behind me. But yeah, so that happened. What were we talking about?
DJs don't like you.
Oh yeah, the DJs like they don't like me. But I thought maybe Tiesto was gonna take Sacrifice Tomorrow, but then he was like, nah. So maybe there will be another opportunity for me to like do a dance feature or something like that. Maybe do a rap song. I had an artist who was on one of the songs on the record, and then he called me like a week before the album was coming out. He's like, nah.
Wait.
To resubmit the record.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. But I won't. I can't say. I don't want to like get anyone in trouble. And it was totally fine because the artist was like, hey, like I don't feel like this is the best representation of like my artistry, and I'd really love to do a different song with you. And I was like, that'd be great. Like if it wasn't 2 days before the album was coming out. Yeah. But I understood. Of course, I wasn't upset. I was like, I totally get it. And the good news was I had already had a version of the song that was like mixed and mastered that was without them on it, so it was fine.
What song?
Lead Me to Water.
Really?
Yeah, but you know, it's okay. It would have been cool if maybe one day I'll have someone else on the song, but yeah. It's like not what you want to hear like right as like the record like just got ingested. They're setting up like the countdown online and they're like, by the way, I have to resubmit it. It's okay though. You know, things happen.
Wait, that's wild.
Yeah, it's well, you know, it was kind of wild. It was kind of wild, but it's okay.
Did you like their verse?
Oh yeah, I did, but I think there's nothing more important than like the person, the artist, other artist who's working on it, like feeling comfortable with the
Totally.
music. I don't want to be the reason why someone had to put something out that they don't like.
Yeah.
So It's cool either way. It's fine. I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
You're not hurt.
Maybe. Well, I mean, I was a little bummed, but maybe there will be another time where I can work on a song with that artist. So that's a plan. Yeah.
I feel like, do they really mean that when they say that, or is that just an excuse to get out?
It'd be
of
like
that?
one of those things where they're like, oh, like I'm busy, like. Oh, like when you ask someone to hang out and they're like, "Oh, I'm actually like really busy this week." It's like, "Are you? Are you just like
You're really busy all
and then
week.
and then you hit them up and you're like, "Okay, how about next week?" I'm really busy then too, but I'll let you know. It could be one of those. Hey, you know what? If it's one of those, it's one of those too. That's okay.
But the karma's in your favor. Everything's good.
Yeah, I don't think that like, and I don't think they were doing anything wrong by it. It's just like sometimes it's not the right thing.
Have you had to do that?
Yeah, not in the same way, but I worked on a song with my friend Ali Gotti, and I did a verse on a song that he sent me, and it was during the pandemic, and then I just didn't really like how my verse came out, and I was actually like super depressed at the time and in a weird place because of the pandemic, and so there was a minute where like his record was coming out, he's like, "Yo, are we doing this song?" And like, I just like we're good friends, but I just couldn't get out of bed, so I just didn't even respond for a little bit, and then ultimately I called him and we talked about it. But yeah, so like I can't hold someone else.
I get it.
Can't be mad at somebody else. Everyone, we all have our moments.
But that song, "Lead Me to Water," is about somebody who's just unmotivated, right?
Yeah, well, it's about like I think that there's like a lot of times where I was like coming to the point in my life where I was realizing that I wanted to change the way that I was living, and is one thing to say that, and then it's another thing to do it. And sometimes you tell people like, "Hey, could you help me out?" And really, you want them to do the work for you. And so I've done that in the past, and then it's about going back to one of those people that you've done that to and being like, "If you lead me there this time, I'll meet you halfway. Just help me this time because I really need it." Because so many times like you'll ask someone like, "Hey, could you help me?" And you're really like, "Oh, like, could you just do this?" It's like ultimately someone can help you, but they can't make you do it. So, yeah, it's about being like, I will do it this time, and I'm doing it this time. Made my bed this morning.
Oh,
yeah, showered, changed my clothes.
Huge.
Yeah, brushed my teeth. Did the whole thing. So
Put on a ring.
Yeah, put on a ring too. Like,
damn.
but
Shit's
yeah,
different.
That's what that song is about.
It's a great record.
Thank you.
This whole thing's a really beautiful body of work. It's waiting for you. It's on Amazon Music. So click the link below, grab the QR code. What are you thinking?
This upcoming tour, are you still playing like Water Fountain, Boy in the Bubble,
Yeah.
all the hits?
Yeah, I'm gonna play all the. My songs are pretty short, so there's like enough room in the set to play everything that needs to be played.
Interesting.
Yeah,
You do have a lot of fucking songs that people love.
I have a lot of songs. There are just so many songs. I've written a lot of music, but that's cool. It's pretty cool that that's my life. It's like it's my job. That's pretty awesome that I get to that I'm still doing it. I've been doing it for a long time, and it's cool that I feel like there's still a lot of room for me to grow, and a lot more stuff I haven't done. A lot of cool things to explore. So I want to get to arenas. That would be cool.
You'll get there.
That's my goal.
I haven't seen you play since you played at the Roxy years ago.
Oh, you got to come to this next show.
I want to.
Yeah, that will be fun. Definitely. You got to come to this show. I'm stripping back the set a little bit though. I think I'm going to do a smaller band setup and just keep it more intimate, just about the music and the lyrics, the notes.
Give it to me. That's what I kind of expect from you anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta cross the line to know where the line is, and you gotta pull it back.
Fuck yes.
Yeah. So
I also think you're going to be an artist that releases a bunch of albums. So don't be afraid to just fucking release shit.
I'm gonna do that.
You have to.
Yeah. I'm gonna send them all to you first.
Please, 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 please start sending me music again. You got to understand, you're one of my favorite artists and favorite people of all time.
The feeling is mutual.
You're really amazing.
So are you.
Your parents and your whole family, you're my favorite people. I'll
My mom
forever.
is smiling somewhere back there.
She's so incredible. And I'll forever remember the first time I ever watched you perform.
At Unurban.
Yeah, some coffee shop.
Unurban Cafe. I wonder if it's still there. I hope it is.
There's 30 people there and some homeless guy playing the tambourine.
Yeah, during my set, right?
Yeah. Literally in the middle of your
Yo,
set.
LA is wild, huh? It was nuts.
Is it in Santa Monica?
Good times.
Still
But
love
you know
them.
what? Those were really good times.
Yeah,
That-
really special. Really special. You are so fucking gifted.
Oh, thank you.
No,
So
really,
are you.
You're so talented.
So are you.
So are you.
So are you.
Wow.
So are you.
My last question is, what did your mom think of the Arsonist when you showed it to her?
Oh, she really liked it. She said she forgave me, you know, so that was nice. I think she really liked it. I didn't tell her immediately that it was like about the situation, but when I told her, I think she was touched by it. Yeah. I think that record, when I made it, I don't know, part of me thought that song wouldn't resonate with anyone, but when I made it, that was like my favorite song that I wrote for the album. Like, it felt like right, you know? And I think melodically it's kind of awkward and weird in like a good way, you know? And I really, really love the lyrics for that song. And it kind of checks all the boxes for me. So hopefully, you know, if there's a hit on this record, it'd be nice if it was that one, because I really love that song. And I put the word conflagration in there, so, you know.
You use a lot of big words in your
Hey,
music.
you know, I learned that word from a song when I was younger. There's this band called Trivium. It's like a metal band. They have a song called Entrance of the Conflagration. And I was like, what is that? And I looked it up. Now I'm using it in this song. So maybe people maybe there will be another person out there who will then use the word in another song. It's a nice word. But yeah, I really do like that song. So
Listen to the record. Listen to the album. Link below. Go see the tour. Link also below. Anything left?
I think we covered a lot here. Do we
Did
miss
we?
anything?
I'm good. I'm just happy to be here.
I'm just happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Just know that you're incredibly gifted
Thank you.
and continue to follow your heart, because everything's going to fall into place.
I hope so.
It will.
Hope so.
It will.
I think it will. Awesome. Thank you for having me.
You're amazing.
Cool.
Alec Benjamin, everybody.
Rad.